We've been cycling around Southeast Asia for almost a year now, as well as having lived here for a few years in the past. So we thought we'd put together our best tips to help you plan your bike tour in this amazing part of the world. We'll start off with one of people's biggest worries here, which is dogs. The main thing to remember is not to panic and speed up, try and race away from the dogs. You need to keep calm and remain assertive, and if need be, give them a short, sharp yell like this. Hey! Hello! If they do chase you, most of the time it'll just be till you're out of their zone, the area that they're going to protect. Once you get far enough away from the house they live at, they'll give up. It's hot. Dehydration can be a major issue, so make sure to always be filling up with water and ice where you can. You'll often see water filling stations like these by the side of the road, where you can fill your bike bottles for next to nothing and reduce the use of plastics. And anywhere that you stop to eat, you don't have to worry about the water being safe to drink. It's delivered to the restaurants in containers like these, filtered, clean and fine for you to consume. The ice is also perfectly fine, and whether you're at a restaurant or a convenience store, if you ask nicely, you'll be able to fill your bike bottles to keep you cool as well as hydrated while you ride. You are going to sweat a lot here, so just get used to being a sweaty mess. When the sun is out, you could be losing litres of sweat throughout the day, so make sure you're putting that back in with things like electrolytes and salt drinks so that you're not shattered when you finish your ride. Eat everywhere! A lot of people worry about eating at the small roadside stalls, but honestly, this is where you're going to find your best meals. Food! Local roadside restaurants and stalls always use the freshest ingredients, making them both safe and delicious dining options. So for a tasty pad krapau, a banh mi opla, or a barbecue chicken skewer, never pass up an opportunity to try some new and delicious roadside cuisine. Nom 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 nom. Covering up when you're in the sun is absolutely essential here. Obviously sun cream is good, but after a few hours riding in the heat, you'll be sweating so much that the sun creams just run off you. So having a long sleeve shirt on, and ideally a hat like this one, which I love, keeps the sun off you and makes sure that you don't look like a lobster at the end of the day's ride. Most of the time you're riding, you're on quiet back roads like this one. No real traffic at all except for a few scooters maybe, and so you don't really have to worry too much about big cars and trucks passing you. Sometimes you do find yourself on busy main roads like this one. Usually there's a nice wide shoulder and the traffic's pretty generous with the amount of space they give you. Just remember to keep your wits about you, expect the unexpected, and avoid riding at night. Roads in Southeast Asia are full of all types of traffic, including livestock, street carts and motorbikes carrying anything you can imagine. So just ride with confidence and awareness and you'll be fine. In northern Thailand and Laos, farmers burn their fields as an economic way of clearing them at the end of harvest, which means in February through to April, the air can be full of smoke and very unpleasant to ride in. So to save your lungs and give yourself a more enjoyable cycling holiday, we recommend planning your route to avoid these areas during these times. While camping is possible in all Southeast Asian countries, and often a bike tour on a budget's accommodation of choice, due to the high humidity, it can also sometimes be a very uncomfortable choice. So with cheap accommodation options everywhere you go, it's often nice to treat yourself to a room with a fan or AC for an average of around $20 a night. Top tip. Top tip. Top tip. Top tip. Relax. Bike touring is not a race. It's an amazing way to see the world like no other. So don't worry about how many kilometers you're doing each day. Just make sure you enjoy every ride, every road, every meal, every beach, and every single bit of it. Please ask any questions you might have in the comments section, subscribe to this channel for more videos, and find us on Instagram at We Ride Bikes Places.